Yo, alright, we're back. This is the third and last installment of this review thing. We're gonna have to figure out how to approach this differently because I'm not gonna be able to look at all of them, of course. So, going forward, I think it's a good idea maybe for when the next challenge happens, which should be soon. I really want to do another one. To maybe have a system where we upvote them, right? React on every thing with an up arrow or something, so I can kind of fish out the best ones. That does assume that everyone looks at the channel actively, so I guess that's not the perfect system, but maybe it could help. I don't know. Maybe there can be moderators. I don't know. It's just gonna be difficult to sift through everything. Anyways, yeah, MCC team making challenge version 2. This is the final batch of things. In the process of reviewing things, I only want to now look at the standout things to point out that are issues or really good or whatever, right? This is a learning experience to an extent. So I want to just point out the things that maybe need improvement, or maybe the things that I think personally don't really make sense, rather than reviewing every single team. That's also another way to maybe look at it, which means that a team I don't comment on is just solid, right? There's not really anything that's problematic there. Anyways, red team, it's fine, right? The only thing is like, I think Smant's open to knowing or like not knowing people that well. I don't think he knows Darapchu. He might know, he'll probably know of Clown Pierce, but doesn't really know Clown. So that's really, it's there in terms of what the quote-unquote issue could be. For the rest, it's cool. It doesn't really have any MCC experience though, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Then for the rest, this Lime team or this Flip team is a little interesting in terms of balancing. I mean, I assume it's not in frag order, because then Callum would have been at the top of this team. Vibes-wise, it's cool though. I like that. Let's see what else we have. I think this Antfrost team is interesting. I think Ant Bad Tina could work if there is a fourth person that works with them as like a cohesive person they really know. Gluon here is mostly here because of Antfrost, right? Had Ant not been on this team, it would have made literally no sense for Gluon to be on this team. So I think that's like the kind of issue potential with this team. For the rest, it's fine. Really, that's the main thing. Just instead of Gluon, you would have somebody that knows this group a bit better, so it's a bit more cohesive. And then this pink team would be interesting. I don't think like Ryan Higa would, I don't think he would be against playing an MCC with like the Hermits, of course. I don't think there's any beef. It does kind of feel a bit odd for Ryan Higa to be on the team with Grian. They might know each other from OG YouTube, right? I mean, Ryan Higa is a really popular YouTuber, or at least, you know, a very well-known name, historically speaking. So Grian will know who he is. It's just like, an interesting combo. I mean, I'd like to see it. It'd be cool, but I don't know if it would happen. So that's that. Next up, High Comp, High Chaos is the title of this one. Let me skim through, see if I have any issues with these. Okay. Now I think balancing wise, if we're saying High Comp, High Chaos, a team that Ant has that doesn't have a bad player can't really coexist when you have a team like this 5-up one, which isn't a bad team, it's just not balanced compared to this team, in my opinion. Because Toby is not a reliable second frag. There's even a chance Amy would outfrag Toby in this team, right? Which, for a high comp event, Amy as a second frag is a little below the norm, I would say. So yeah, that's that. Let's see for the rest. Speed Silver here, I mean, is of course because of JoJo, but that's interesting. It's an interesting combination. I think this would be a little bit of a weak team. I think Speed Silver's modern day skill set is a little different than back in the day for MCC. This is a very interesting team in terms of creativity. I mean, Parker would be open to teaming with people he doesn't know, I think. Of course, he is Clown, and Clown, he's Dutch, so it's cool to be with the Dutch creators. That's interesting. This is an interesting mix here on this Wally Bear team. I do think, like, technically it works. it just feels weird, but it technically works. Huh, interesting. That's about all I have to comment on about that roster. Interesting, though. Made these before looking at the other teams. Feels like it turns out pretty solid. Few things in Cohesion that I'll take notes on. Don't know Sunset. Or don't think Sunset knows Red. Yellow's a bit loose, but works nice for the top 18. Okay, not sure how well Ryan knows Lime. But it's hard to not work well with those three. Okay, Sneak was actually last by Aaron, but he's teamed with SB before, and I think he'd vibe well with the others. Plus, I don't think SB would be a plus in return. True. So it's not bad for balance. Okay, let's see. Oh, Suns on Red. What was the comment? I don't think Suns knows Red, but I think they tie the vibes together really well. I don't think Suns is needed to tie the vibes together on Red. They don't know anybody. Maybe they know Fruit, but they don't know Green. They don't know Smant. So that's a little bit of an interesting inclusion there. I don't think it's like a bad inclusion. It's just a little interesting. Speed Silver on this orange team would need to do a lot of heavy lifting, I think. Not that much heavy lifting though, but I think in terms of... I think Speed is being overestimated on this team right now. Speed Silver, that is, of course. And connections-wise, I mean, he might know... I mean, he probably knows Amy. I don't know if he knows Shelby and Scott, though. For the rest, yeah, Ryan on this Lime team is interesting. I mean, Ryan will know Jordan, of course, because of Vault Hunters. Maybe he knows JoJo because of Vault Hunters. I don't think he knows Jimmy, but I don't think that matters. I think that's fine. This is a fun squad. I like that. What else we got? I think with recent exploration, Sneak on this team is fun. I like that too. This would be a really cool... This would be an awesome team. Actually, hold on. This purple team is fucking awesome. That's fire. Hell yeah. And then this would be an interesting pink team for sure. I mean, Clown and 5-Up as a combo would be an experience. I think 5-Up is just going to be carrying the comms here, though, if we're being honest. Or at least trying to. Is what it boils down to. And I like that you included the bench list. It makes sense to have this as your bench list. I mean, it's a relatively expected result. So yeah, that's cool. Hell yeah. And then we have yep. We have somebody put in the effort for an extra graphic. Holy moly, you'll have to see it. Let's look at these teams, see if there's anything that stands out as like super weird. Suns with Joel would be an experience. I don't think that's a bad one though. I think that's interesting. I like that. This is cool. This revolves very much around 5-Up, but I don't think that's a problem. Actually, no, Ellum and Callum probably know each other from just UK, YouTube, and stuff. So this is actually pretty solid. Cool. Love that. Yep. And yeah, no, this is good. Good draft. My attempt, let's take a look. Realm, this would be fun. The Rapchu energy on this team would be fun. I actually think it would work. I was thinking it would be a mismatch, but no, it wouldn't. I actually think it would work. That'd be interesting. I like that. Yeah, okay. Chilled, I think would be fine here. This would be chill. This is, yep, yeah, no, this is a good draft. Good draft overall. I like it. I would say, you know, the bench has some people that I would expect to be included, but I think this is fine. I don't think there's like anything wrong with that. Tried my best to make teams that make sense, but I don't know. Maybe I'm a prick. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's take a look. This is a cool Lime team. I like that. So maybe a little strong, but I think it's cool. I like it. Tina here is maybe a little out of the ordinary. I think Tina needs a bit more of a strong connection to make sense, but otherwise it's cool. I mean, yeah, I like that. For the rest, yeah, just Tina needs somebody that she knows a little bit better, I think, to make it make sense. Okay. Yeah, no, that's bad here is, this feels like it revolves around Ant, also a very strong team. Feels like it revolves around Ant a little bit. Bad feels a little bit forced onto this team to an extent. I don't think it'd be like a mismatch, it just feels a little bit odd. But yeah, interesting. Bench is solid too. And then we have this one. Is this a different one? Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah, okay. I mean, this looks good, from what I can tell. This is really strong on purple here. Wow. But yeah, okay. This pink combo is interesting. I mean, it would probably work. It's probably fine. It's just interesting, huh? Very, very, very interesting, for sure. We have Cursed over here. You know, when I don't comment on every single team, there's a lot less to point out. Because usually what I do is like, I'm like, oh, okay, let's nitpick it. But I don't think that's necessary. I think this experience would be a fun one to watch. I think Callum would do a pretty good job here to kind of lead everyone together. Oh, oops. This Pete team would be an experience. I think it'd be funny. It's maybe a little bit too much of a eggs in one basket situation, but I think it's cool. It'd be fun if Toby and Grian on a team would mesh. I don't know if it would. I think they would, you know, vibe-wise would be fun together, but Toby is a little bit more unfiltered, and I don't think the Grian stream would thoroughly enjoy that, or at least Grian wouldn't. His stream might not mind, but yeah. For the rest, cool draft. This might be one of my first few attempts at making teams, so please do not be harsh, sir. Okay, I got you. Let's just see. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a bit low quality of a screenshot, but that's chill. That's not a problem. 5-up lead here is interesting. I mean, it doesn't not work. It should be fine. So that's cool. Okay. This is an interesting combination. I don't know if it's like super cohesive. I think at most one person knows each other, right? Does Skiz know anyone on this team? Skiz might know Phil, but I don't even know if that's the case. So this might be a little bit thin in terms of connections, but I mean, the vibe, the idea is cool, so hell yeah. This is a cool combo. I like that. That's interesting. I think that it would work too. I think that's fine, because I think Chilled knows Pete, and he definitely knows Shelby, so yeah, that's good. I think everyone here knows like 2 other people at minimum. So that's cool. And then this pink team, I mean, Elam Ryan's a good combo. I think Toby, you know, helps a lot there as well. And then Fruit would be a really fun person at the top end. Yeah, that's good. Good draft. Good job. Hell yeah. Nice. I like it. I think I cooked. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's analyze further. Oh, sorry. My apologies. After reviewing teams for this long, it does get a little bit draining, huh? Not sure if Pete and Gumi works out modern day. Otherwise, this feels like it revolves around Gumi as of right now, which is like I don't think a team should revolve around one person is the main feedback, right? I think you kind of want to make it make a bit more sense. Ryan, of course, also knows Pete. But Bad only knows Gumi. Like, everyone knows Gumi, and then like Bad only knows, or only really knows Gumi. Like, Pete and Ryan actually work, so it's not fully revolves around Gumi. I just think Bad doesn't really fit into the mix, and then of course Pete and Gumi I don't think is like the best combination. Pete really only works here because of Ryan to an extent, and even then it's like debatable, right? For the rest, good draft. Makes sense. Epic teams. All right, let's take a look. All right. Skiz on red is maybe a little out of the ordinary, but I don't think it'd be like a clash. I think it'd be chill. Okay, I like this. This is an interesting combination. I mean, Tina knows Amy. Tina might know Speed Silver, actually, but I still think there needs to be a little bit more cohesion for Tina to have like a great time on this team, in my opinion at least. Pete feels just a little out of place here. I think if instead of Pete this was like purpled, of course I don't think purple's on this draft, so I can't really use that as an argument. I think Ant Frost would have made more sense. And you could even, Pete on red would have also probably made a little bit more sense as well, so I actually think that would be a pretty chill swap. And balancing wise, that's not like a terrible like difference. I think that's like cool, that works. I think Chilled here, maybe not the most cohesive inclusion. I don't think it's a bad inclusion. It just feels like Chilled is somebody who needs Kara or Shelby or Elena or Emerome or JoJo potentially as well could work, right? Like you kind of need one of them to make sure that Chilled has somebody to latch onto his team, which I think is good. But it doesn't feel fully cohesive. Okay. This is an interesting Phil's a Minecraft team. I don't know if this would be fully Phil's vibe, but I think he'd have a fun time. I just don't know if this would be the type of team that he would expect in any way. Bad here feels like it's he's only included here because of Toby. Otherwise, it's chill. Yeah, no, the rest is fine. I don't see any issues with the rest. Then we have this. Hold on, okay. Realm team's cool. Tina here, not super cohesive, same thing. I mean, Tina knows Gumi, maybe knows JoJo, like, debatably. Tina doesn't know Misty, though, from what I know, so, I don't know. Chilled here as well. It's the repeated feedback, right? Repeated feedback. This is just a level of understanding players to an extent, or kind of knowing how to handle certain players, which is, you know, chill. For the rest, bad on Aqua would probably be okay. It just feels, again, bad somebody who kind of needs some people to latch on to that he's very comfortable with and knows very well. So just another, maybe a little bit odd inclusion. Balancing here feels a little crazy, maybe? I don't know. Kinda. 5-Up's recent improvement arc is kinda, you know, silly. This is really fun. Strong though, but it's really fun. Pete deserves a strong team though, so it's chill. And then Pink, same, I think this is maybe a repeat team, kind of same feedback I gave as well, where like Speed Silver maybe knows Amy a decent amount, but then doesn't really know Scott or Shelby, I think, so not the most cohesive inclusion there. Though I don't think it'd be like a mismatch, it's just like, oh yeah, doesn't really make sense. Challenge set 2. I will skip the explanations for now. I'll just look at the teams. This orange team is an interesting combo. I think it'd be chill though. I think it'd be fine. So yeah, sure. I like the vibe that we're going for here on yellow. I think that's cool. That's interesting for sure. All right. Great green team. Fantastic. You love to see it. This is cool too, of course. The Cup fan inclusion here is interesting. I mean, Tina would only really work here for... Cup fan inclusion is not interesting. Tina inclusion here is interesting. Tina only really works here maybe for Sneak. Again, same feedback. I don't have to give it again, but it's like... Tina needs somebody more guaranteed, like somebody that she can latch onto, so that's a good team. Even, you know, last time we saw Tina in Rivals, she's got Hannah, who she's really good friends with, to, you know, latch on to have a cohesive team, despite not really knowing Curry or Siren beforehand, I think. Maybe not, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's chill, and this would be an interesting experimental team, but I think it'd be fun. I think it'd work. Then we have this one. Cowboys SMP, hell yeah, nice, good combo. This is a bit of a mismatch. I don't think it'd be a bad POV. It just doesn't really feel cohesive, if that makes sense. This one, I don't even Dave knows Speed Silver, Tina knows Bad, and then besides that, I'm not sure if there's a crossover in terms of connections. So yeah, this one feels like a little bit of a mismatch. It's a little bit of an odd one, but I don't know. Interesting one again. It feels like 2 duos. It would be fun though. It would be a really fun one. I think Emerome would be enough of a qualifier for Chill to be cool on the team. So hell yeah, this would be really fun. This would be a fun experience as well. And yeah, same thing. Toby and Green. We'll see it. We'll see if it works, but. Yeah, no, this is cool. I like it. Cool one. Challenge 2. Try to make teams where most of the people knew each other. Also try to keep it balanced and fun. Let's take a look. Oh, low quality picture. That's all good. That's chill. Okay. This orange team feels slightly random in my opinion, but it doesn't not work. It's just a little random, a little bit. I would love to see a Pyro. Actually, Pete, Pyro, and Scar would be such a fun dudes team. Just a bunch of dudes. Throw Zeus on there. I mean, Scott works really nicely too, but throw Zeus on there. That's just a dude team. I think that'd be a fun dude team. Honestly, that's just such dude energy, and I think they'd have a great time. I think Scott here though is also fantastic. I think that'd be a really fun time. Okay. Then this is cool. Repeat feedback regarding Tina. Not sure if it would qualify enough to work, but it's interesting. And yeah, I mean the rest would be chill. I think the rest is fine. Hell yeah. Oh, Avid would be a good replacement for Zeus and Orange. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it would have made a huge difference, but sure. Yeah. I think this is somewhat balanced. Highlights, fruit. Okay, wait. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right. Yep. This I think is mostly fine. I think could be a bit more cohesive, but it's fine. Yep. This is interesting. Then what else we got? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. This is good. Oh, we're at the bottom. Oh my god. Last one. Sure. Yep. Yep. A little strong, maybe. Well, actually, it's more strong teams. Never mind. I think this would be fine for bad. So yeah, sure. Yep. 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 And this one is maybe not the most cohesive, but I don't think it'd be a mismatch. I think it's just a more like risky, quote unquote, one. I just don't think. Does Avid would know Mythical Sausage? Maybe. For the rest, I don't know. But yeah, cool. That's all for this review portion. It's the last one of the team making review part 2. Next time, I'm gonna either only review a couple of them, or I'm gonna only review a couple of them. I'm gonna look at standout things to note for learning experience, because reviewing all the teams takes a lot of time and might be a little bit too much time. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.